Welcome to episode 5 of my Tesla rebuild project. This episode represents an entirely new phase of my project. But before we get to that, if you've watched the previous 4 episodes, you'd know that I won an auction in taking delivery for the completely totaled Tesla that will hopefully be my dream car one day, removed the very large high voltage battery, and pulled almost everything out of the front end so that I could take it to a professional to repair the frame and apron. After weeks of looking for someone who was willing to help me, I met an engineer named Nathan at Thomas Vintage Motors. Nathan was willing to take on my project, which was a huge relief, and my car is there right now. To ensure that both of his repairs are precise and accurate, Nathan has asked that I give him all the replacement parts that touch the frame rail and apron. He's going to be working on the frame rail first, which means that we're going to need the bumper. The reason why we chose the bumper is that if the frame rails stick through the holes in the bumper, and the bumper is relatively straight and level compared to the rest of the car, the bumper is in the right place, therefore the frame rail is in the right place and we can tack up and weld it. What this means is that I'm gonna need to get a donor car, take out the bumper and get it to Nathan ASAP. I just want to get this kind of ugly little bumper off of here just because it's really in the way for us right now. More so than, of course, that is. One more that's connected, but it's kind of so mangled I don't know if it's actually connected to the car or not. That's the way to do it. Cool. All right, so basically we're gonna start taking off this front bumper here, and the first steps of that process are to remove the rear, front, right, and left underhood trim pieces. And you just start popping them out. So here, okay, that guy out. In that short time alone, I've already done steps 1 through 3. Next, we're going to take out this HEPA filter, and the first steps taking those out are to undo the clamps, which I've already done because they're kind of annoying to do, and then unclamp these hoses, which I believe is just kind of twisting them off. And there we go. I'm going to keep this. We got the second one. Okay. It is out. Just take that poorly to the side. And this should be ready to take out. I'm gonna take off these clips beforehand because they're prone to falling inside the car. Simple as that. Step 5 is to remove the HEPA filter inlet, and it's as simple as just gently caressing, or just gently pulling it out. And there we go. Simple as that. It's time for step 6, which is to remove the front. And in the instructions, it's very simple because you can see just bolts that you just remove. There's just 4 bolts to remove. But as you see here, there's a liner. So all you have to do is pull up on this piece of just sealing, and you can see you can just remove the liner by pulling it out.
before you yank all the liner out, you just see there's a clip here. The first wire we have is pretty simple to remove. All you do is just yank it out. And I believe the second one, you push down, out as you pull. You push in as you pull. Oh, a new revelation here. There we go. And then, aha, the liner's out, and now we have really easy access to all the bolts, just like in the instructions. Now that the liner's out, you see a whole ton of bolts, but really it's as simple as disconnecting these two clips and these two bolts right here. All right. So now it's just time to pop these two clips. Simple as just getting your corner under there and twisting. And that's out. And then again here, the corner in, and pop them out. Awesome. Pop it out from the bottom. There we go. I don't have any more small bags, so I'm just gonna put it in a big bag. And this guy should be ready to pull out. There we go. I'm putting the front liner back into the front, not fully, just for storage purposes, because this is gonna be going shortly, hopefully, back into a car. Or another car. Right? There we go. Now that we've got the frunk out, we can see all the good stuff, which means all the clips that aren't broken on my car, piping where it's supposed to be, and you know, everything's actually on the subframe. So awesome. All right, we're gonna pull out the fascia harness connector here. This is what connects all the wires and doodads from the bumper into the rest of the car. So all you have to do is right here, you push down on this bit and pull. So if you get it, hold it right, just get it out. All right, I'm gonna remove these bolts that connect the bumper to the fascia bracket. And you can see here the fascia bracket is what I believe holds the fans and the radiator all together in the front of the car. And it's just simply 4 10 mil, and it's as simple as just aluminum. And they're all the same from what by the looks of it. So I should be able just to remove them all and put them all in the same bag. Here's the last one. And we're actually almost done here. This is one of the final steps we have, which is really exciting. And surprisingly, it's very simple to actually release the bumper on the Tesla Model S after 2016. Step 10 is to remove this screw inside the wheel well that connects the front fascia to the fender. Okay, you just got to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so for step 11, we got to remove this front aero shield. Oh, and you can just see here, it's a couple of clips that I've been taking out, and a screw here and a screw on the other side. So, get to that. Oh, it's got the pressure of this shield. Okay, so this took some really serious coaxing. As a general tip of trying to get this out, pry tool is necessary. You want to get these parts out connecting the front fascia to the fender. You want to pop those out first. You're going to want to start prying your way down through here. Try and be gentle because this is very thin plastic, but don't be afraid to use just a tiny bit of force. So the instructions say to have an assistant, thanks Mom, to help me pull out this bumper onto its soft surface. So let's do this, because it's still stuck. Oh, just gotta snake those wires out, and we can just gently let it front fascia removed. Today's the day we're going to be removing the bumper off of this car. And the first step in that process is to actually remove the 12-volt power from the car, and this is just the perfect time to explain how to disconnect just kind of all the power from the car. So I'll direct you over here. This cord connects the high voltage battery system to basically everything else in the car. So you want to make sure you unplug that before you get started doing anything, just for safety, because that can kill you. And then we will be unscrewing these bolts from the 12 volt and with this 8 mil. Now I'm going to start just taking off big bolts. Here we go. All right, our first step in removing the radiator is to remove the aero shield because it's just really in the way right now.
Help!
That's definitely not in there anymore.
Gee, would you like some help?
Can you just grab this for me?
I don't know, you'd be nice to me?
I removed the aero shield. My next step is to remove the ankle catcher. It's really simple, it's just 4 bolts. Now that I got the other stuff off, it's time to get rid of the front of this radiator. The 4 on both sides, and now I've released the 6 on the bottom. Seems to be another fitting here, holding it in, just using a rivet or something. That should be it. Okay. Awesome.
So why don't you, whoa!
There were 2 clamps here, which were really hard to get. 2 clamps here, which are also constantly popping back in, and then these 12 clamps on the top and bottom were really easy to get off, and you just yank off this front piece. Now that I've got that front piece out, this is really simple. All you gotta do is pull it out at this point. So hopefully, I was hoping to avoid this. This was actually the first step of everything. I know this makes a huge mess, so I was trying to avoid it. But I'm gonna disconnect the coolant pipes from the radiator. There we go. And now, if I can get my hand in there.
Nice.
Oh, that's fun. There we go. Alrighty. I'm gonna hold it for Oh, there we go. Okay, first off, my car now has gloves. And second of all, now that the radiator's out, we can actually see a lot more of the front of the car. And more importantly, we've noticed that the reason why we couldn't get the air duct out initially is because it was like clipped in to where this radiator housing is. And seeing where this bumper's positioned, we might, if we take this out, we might be able to pull the bumper out, hopefully. So why not give it a try? And oh, never mind.
Is it coming?
there's obviously something holding it in. Like, so, after about half an hour of finagling this piece of air ducting out, we figured out that the air ducts are actually the only thing holding the frame in. That it was that plastic piece that it was pushing up on, at least the one that wouldn't bend. So I'm hoping now that I can take off this last like safety nut so it doesn't fall off and pull it out. So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm gonna undo this nut, put it in my pocket, and oh boy. And it's out. That was a lot of finagling.